This band? I like this band. I wrote it down so I don't forget who they are. Oh, I remember. Fucking Slap! We're back with another episode of Metal Horror Madness, and I got the king of fuzz with me, the king of groove, the king of doom. I was blasting some music before I got on here, and I transcended back into time and space. I think I met Cleopatra. She was into me, and I'm into this band right here. Mark, thank you. Thank you for showing up, dude. I gotta tell you, I heard some of that new music, man. It is very impressive.
Oh, thank you, man. Thank you. So glad you dig it. That means the world.
So good. And how do I pronounce it? Gozu? Is that how you say it
exactly? Gozu. Yeah, Gozu. Yeah, you got it.
Gozu, man. And it's got that trippy, I love the fuzz. I love that fuzzy music, dude. And you are delivering. The vocals are sick. I got to ask you. Yeah, you're very welcome, man. How did this band start?
So Doug and I were in a band before, and excuse me, we had we would talk about music we listened to as kids, right? So because we're both in our 50s, so we would talk about listening to like Maiden, Priest, Van Halen, then Lizzie, and then like Tigers of Pang-Tang, right? And then in the 80s, we would shoot the shit about listening to, I think, from the Cult, to Metallica, Megadeth, things of that. And then, when we got around, he and I loved Queens of the Stone Age. We loved Sleep.
So good.
So the band we were in before was more like Radiohead, Jeff Buckley, things like that. And then he and I both played in soul bands before that, where, opening for like Parliament Funkadelic, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So he had wanted to do something heavier, and so did I, and so that's really how it started. Got a drummer, Barry from Wargasm, and a bass player, and we've been pretty much going ever since.
Man, and let me tell you, you guys don't sound like guys in your 50s. I'll tell you that. You do not sound like that at all. And I love to hear those other influence. I love funk music. I love soul music. I love 80s pop music. And I try and incorporate that into everything I do in my life, the fun stuff,
Yeah, it's the new wave shit is some of my favorite stuff. Like, I love fucking Depeche Mode, Haircut 100, the Go-Go's, all of that. I'm a huge fucking Police fan. I growing up, you listen to all of that. I was lucky. I grew up in Watertown, New York, so I used to listen to Queens College out of Kingston, Ontario. So you're growing up and you're listening to like Jason and the Scorchers, the Ramones. There's so many different things that go into it.
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm Long Island trash at heart. I was born and raised in Long Island, Suffolk County representing.
Right on. That's great.
Small world. And when you mentioned Metallica, man, I gotta not talk about myself, but I'm a big Metallica fan. And my son, he just surprised me with tickets for my birthday. My birthday's next week, but for the Metallica show at Mohegan Sun, and I can't believe I'm going to that show.
Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah, those three are huge Metallica fans. They like Joe. Nice. Oh my God, and Doug. Those guys are huge. And then meeting Brian Slagle, obviously, and. Ask him certain questions. Everything kind of comes back full circle.
Mark, I'm a fanboy at heart, and I asked Brian to be on my podcast here, and he did. And I gave the worst interview I ever gave in my life. I was a shy little boy, and then he asked me to go on his, and we discussed. I'm the biggest Slayer fan in the world, and we discussed chemical warfare. And he's just, what I love about that man, right, is Metal Blade has always been that label that has all types of music. They don't pigeonhole a type of metal. And when you said Queens of the Stone Age, I'm a big Caius fan as well. And that's what I hear in your music. It's you took that baton that's missing, and you're bringing it out there and keeping that type of music alive.
Yeah, it's just, I think, the central quality of all that is that it has kind of an immaculate groove. You know what I mean?
Yes.
You look at the drummers and Caius, fucking, is groove ridden, you know what I mean? And, you have that spectacular low end, whether it was Nick or, it just has that kind of, it can't help but kind of it has its own tractor band, like Rearder
Oh, for sure.
played bass and Alfredo, and it's pretty, and then what he was able to do, in Queens of the Stone Age, it's just that's a whole different fucking gamut of. So yeah, I mean, there's that, and then obviously we're all big Clutch fans, COC, Down,
Yeah.
Crowbar, all that stuff is pretty intrinsic, to what we do. And
Man,
then
you're the real deal, dude. That's some great influences, man.
yeah, and then you throw on, Isley Brothers, right? The Allman Brothers, Skinnerd,
Yeah.
Neil Young, D'Angelo, all that stuff, Roxy Music. And then, we're talking about the new wave bands. That's all stuff, that we grew up on. So it definitely, marinated into into what we wanted to do. So we're lucky, I mean, all of us, we all have our own opinions, and we're four pretty different dudes, but we all love, so many different types of music. So luckily it clicks, I mean, it does work.
Yeah. Oh, that's so good to hear. And I always try and tell metalheads, like, we all listen to all. I'm a big Duran Duran guy as well. I'm hungry like the wolf, right? Great band.
Yeah, Save a Prayer. I love. That's one of my fucking favorite songs ever. Or Girls on Film.
Yes. So good, man.
I love it. Yeah, Rio. I had all those albums as a kid.
Such great. When you mentioned Clutch and COC, I was just at the Palladium.
Sure, yeah. That show,
and they sound as fresh as that. And what I do is, I have to see this fucking Slayer tattoo I have on me. What I'm known for on social media and going out in the scene is I scream fucking Slayer at the top of my lungs in people's faces and get them all hyped up. And I was screaming some, and I did some in front of Jeff Pincus from who's Buttholes. Yeah, great guy, great legend. Hung out with him for a little bit, and so I'm loving all your influences. What made it the right time for new music?
Really, I just think everything going on in our lives in the world, it was time for us to, to really kind of, put our writing hats on and just do it.
Right.
We tend to write a shit ton. I know lyrically, I'm constantly writing. And it's always like, I'll record something on my phone. Doug does the same thing. Then we send it back and forth to each other.
Nice.
And then, the other, two would hop in. And that's really how it happens. It's literally, it's just you sitting, playing fucking guitar. You dig it. Hey, I have this thought. Here you go. And then he does the same thing for me. And then it just, it's almost like a cocoon going to a butterfly. You know what I mean? There's definitely a metamorphosis. Yeah. So, yeah, we knew we wanted to, because when COVID hit and everything else, it was, fucking 5 years before we could even do anything. So we knew within 2 years, from our last album, we wanted something to come out. And so we were pretty, concrete about doing that. And luckily we were able to.
So awesome. And it is a crazy world right now. And we need music, we need positives. It's something every day, right? I don't even want to look on my phone anymore.
Yeah. I don't read the news now. Like if it's 6 o'clock, I don't do it. Like sometimes I'll read at 9 o'clock and it's hard for me not to take my computer and throw it against the fucking wall. You know what I mean? So I'm just like, fuck. So yeah, as people too, right? We go through some brutal shit. So, it's definitely an outlet for us. And I can speak for me, writing lyrics and singing and such, it's the first time when I literally had like 50 sheets of lyrics, front and fucking back pages.
Wow.
And so usually, we write the music and then I write the lyrics. It's the first time where I ever had lyrics I felt really strong. So when the music was done, I would literally go through and just fucking with a Sharpie, take that, be like, okay, I'm going to use this for a chorus. And then, oh shit, this would be great for a bridge. And I'm going to use this part, for verses. So it's the first time where I didn't go through and just rip all the shit I've done before and toss it and rewrite.
Okay.
This time I definitely went, kind of, emotionally with my heart and had, this stuff where I was like, I'm going to fucking use this. I have to. If not, I'm cheating myself. And because people are going through so much different shit, I wanted something. Say if someone was having an awful day, right? You're going through stuff. You're ready just to fucking smash yourself in the face. There to know, hey, there's other people out there that are going through the same thing. It might be fucking shitty, but you're gonna get through it. So, that's really what I was thinking about writing. Man, I'm always writing stuff that is very, shit I go through. Like, I'm not like, writing stuff where I fought a fucking dragon, right? Or,
Right.
or I'm in a fucking Dodge Challenger zipping through Joshua Tree. I can't write about that shit. So for me, it was definitely stuff that had happened over the past few years when I was kind of losing my shit. And so I took those, everything that I had written in that, and all that stuff is accumulation of 2 years of stuff that pretty much kicked the shit out of me. And I was able, to put it to, the stuff that the four of us came up with.
That's very inspiring, and people need inspiration right now. And I want to ask you is, if there's a young band out there, right, that's just getting ready to start, and they're struggling because you hear this, some people just quit. They never lay down any music. They're afraid of doing a live show. Or what advice would you give to a band that's going like, I'm ready to start, and nothing's going to be easy in the beginning, right? There's no easy path to this thing.
Yeah, it's a motherfucker. Just do it, even if it,
Okay.
I've heard people like, oh, I don't want to play Monday night. Who fucking cares? If you got to fucking play. People have in their mind that obviously you're just going to be playing Fridays and Saturdays. I mean, we're doing this tour. We're playing almost every night except Monday, right? Like, you have to fucking do it, right? You're going to play shows where there's no one there. You're going to play shows where there's 10,000 people. So, but the thing is like, it doesn't matter if there's 3 motherfuckers there or thousands. You still got to fucking kick the shit out of it. Because you know what I mean? There might be 3 people in that audience that you changed their whole existence. So I've seen bands that kind of just fucking mail it in. And that's something I'd be like, okay, I paid money for this shit. Like, so that's why it doesn't matter for us. There's fucking 2 people in the crowd, or it's literally sold out. You got to bring it. If you don't bring it, then why should people come watch you play? So.
Dude,
if you're just starting out, just fucking do it. Just do it. There's no rhyme or reason for anything. Just fucking do it.
I agree 1,000,000%. I was trying to tell people, whether they're a creator, online, or whether they're a band, if you can influence that one, you made that one. The first time I announced a band on stage, and I've done everything now. I've done stuff at festivals. I've done bigger bands. The first time I went on stage to announce a band, it was in the Alchemy in Providence.
Sure, we're playing there.
Okay, you know it. There was the Heart of Winter. And there was 7 people, and I got up there like there was 1,000,000 people, and I was loud and I was energetic, and those 7 people, and then the band came out, and the people who were there had a great time. And to your point, I will hear bands say like, "Oh, I didn't even want to be there." What do you mean you didn't want to be there? Like, this is what your dream is, right? Like, it takes a lot to get on stage, the courage just to do that.
Yeah. If it's a fucking issue for you to get on there, you don't want to be there, then go be an accountant. You know what I mean? Don't fucking. Because I don't. People can see right through that shit. You know what I mean?
True.
Yeah, because unfortunately, I've seen bands where I'll be like, "What the fuck just happened? Like, why did I spend money? I could be at home and sleeping." So if you're gonna do it, fucking do it, man. Because people are paying. It's time out of their busy schedule. So if you're gonna show up, plug in and bring it, or stay home. You know what I mean? Fucking play cards.
Great advice. And when you do play a place, do you prefer a small club? Do you prefer being outdoors? What's your ideal environment to play music? Do you have a preference?
I'll be honest with you. Usually my eyes are closed.
Okay.
So I love like the smaller places, to be honest with you. Because, like we played Hellfest, those big festivals, there was like 10,000 people there. With the lighting and shit, it's the thing about those is the sound is fucking amazing. Like you want to cry because it's so goddamn good.
I know.
But I love like the 100-seaters, and that's just me because there's such a you can feel the fucking audience sweat. You know what I mean? You can see those people smiling. You can see people dancing. You see people fucking trucking beers. So I like that. But for me, I play anywhere. I mean, I it really doesn't matter. I'm kind of when I'm playing, I'm in a whole different zone. So it doesn't, for me, I honestly don't give a fuck. Because again, I have my eyes closed and I'm kind of just channeling anyway. And once I start, I feel the groove, I'm kind of off. So, yeah, I don't really have a favorite. I just really enjoy playing for people. That's the
That's
whole,
awesome.
I like helping people get off.
Yeah. And do you prefer recording music or playing it live?
Playing live.
Playing live, huh?
Any fucking day of the week. Recording's fun. I mean, I could do
Yeah.
shit ton of stuff in it. I mean, I like the recording aspect of it, but I really like, being able to plug in with the other four and, play to people. For me, there's no better feeling in the world than doing that.
Awesome. And again, some more advice for a band that's getting ready to start playing, playing live shows. As for how did that happen for you? Who did you have to reach out to? How did you get that going in the beginning?
Yeah. So, I mean, I started playing when I was in college. It was literally just going to places, be like, can we play here?
Yeah.
And, it was literally, you're in like a basement. Someone had like a fucking old DAT, right? We're talking 90s, early 90s. And doing that and then converting that shit to tape and be like, okay, this is our, and just going in and doing it. And then after college, my first gig that we played after college was fucking, we opened up for Social D, the Toasters, in the Ramones at this huge, it was like a spring weekend at the University of Albany. And that was, someone had, we gave, I don't remember the person, but we gave someone, this little shitty recording that we had done. And they liked it, so they put us on. And then, after, just literally there was no fucking email, I mean. So it was literally just going in, recording, and dropping dropping cassettes off, at bars or with people that we knew. And we would play house parties, and then just try and, you work your way up, to a booking agent and, but, it's literally, it's just, you can't be afraid to ask. If you're afraid to ask, again, this is not a good thing for you to be in. You know what I mean? And also you have to have a tough skin. Like, people are going to say no.
Yeah.
But, but there also is like, now shit's booked like fucking 6-7 months in advance, right? So if you're a young band, like, don't take it personal. It's just literally, some of it's just, and then, for touring and stuff, it's just shit, might already be full, or, bands are on the same label, so they're going to do that. Yeah, if you start taking it personally, you're really going to fuck yourself. Right. So, yeah, you can't get discouraged. I mean, I've done this for so fucking long that, if you get discouraged, again, you're not going to last, because, you have people that fucking enjoy your band, you have people that fucking hate it, right?
Right.
That's the same thing. You have people, you go to a restaurant, this meal was great, this meal fucking sucks. So, you have to find that medium spot where you just go. You know what I mean? Because, again, if people dig your stuff, it's great, The people that, don't get off their fucking ass and, this sucks, blah, 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 you're not going to get through to those people anyway. They're going to like what they like. No. Men are, they like the fucking pants they like, right? They like the T-shirts. So, I never want to be in that small curmudgeon of a fucking person. Like, again, I want to see this band one day and then the other band. And, and again, it could be from, I remember seeing one time I saw like De La Soul, then I saw Soul Live, and then I saw Scissor Fight. You know what I mean? So it's, you have to, if you really are a true lover of music, to pigeonhole yourself, and think everything else fucking sucks because these guys don't have the same, pants that you do. You're missing out on a lot of really, really good shit. And also, you're coming across as kind of a dick. So, variety is, enjoyable. And, like, I remember talking to other bands and just being like, dude, I fucking love Rod Stewart, all that. And, if they're fans, be like, it's just like, just because you play a certain genre of music doesn't mean that's all you fucking listen to. It's usually not the case at all. So, influences could come from every place, luckily. And, what you choose to do with those influences is up to you. And, the other guys in Gozu, we tend to take those and sprinkle it on everything that we do. And I think that's a big reason why people enjoy it.
Yeah, and that's what I like about your music. And I got to be honest, I wasn't too familiar to recently, and I just keep doing more deep dives. And I am just like, I hear different, because people, even sometimes with bands like in death metal bands, if you really listen, you'll hear those other things coming out of that music. And I'm one of those people too. My playlist can have Carcass and then Jerry Rafferty as the next song.
Totally.
Like everything.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Who doesn't want to be on Baker Street? I do.
Oh, Baker. That song in the summertime, blasting that on the deck.
Yeah. Right Down the Line is my favorite Rafferty tune. Fuck, I love that song.
That is a great... I have this thing, and I'll listen to the same songs 5,000 times in a row in a week. Like, and those two come on my playlist over and over and over.
Oh, fun, yeah. You
that
feel
guy
good.
was a talented individual.
Amazing singer. Amazing singer. Great writer. Yeah, I love... Jerry Rafferty's A-OK in my book.
So good, man. I want to ask you real quick too. Metal Blade, how'd that happen? Because that's everybody would love to be on Metal Blade.
Yeah, so we were playing in Brooklyn at Lucky 13, which is one of my favorite clubs in the whole world. And Chris Santos happened to be there, and he really liked it. So he was first talking to Doug. I think Joe and I knew who he was, and so while he's talking to Doug, he's like, "Hey, I just sent this shit to Brian Slago," and Doug's like, "What the fuck?" And Joe and I were like, "Hey, man, you know who that is, right?" It's like, and so then we shot the shit with him. And he's like, "Hey, man, you're going to get an email from me on Monday. I'd really like to sign you to my label." And we were like, "Sure."
Wow.
Yeah, fucking Monday, I got an email, and kind of the rest is history.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy, dude. And here you are with another release coming out on them. When does the record drop?
The 15th of May, and then we go on tour starting May 24th. So we had Banachek drop, and then tomorrow, the second single, Corinthian Leatherface, will be dropping.
So from someone into such an intellectual man, some of the stuff this guy's into, let me tell you.
So yeah, I mean, and yeah, you've met Brian Slago. So when I met him, like I grew up playing hockey and such, and so. Yeah. I had a great chat with him, chatting about hockey. And Chris Santos is one of the nicest guys, probably one of the most hardworking, genuine people, I've ever met. And meeting, when you meet people like that, you tend to want to raise, your stakes. So, right. You don't want to put out an album where they listen to it, they're like, what the fuck is this shit? You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
right.
So there's an honor, right, working with people like that, and
sure.
You want to put your best foot forward, times 1,000. So when we're writing and recording and everything, there's no fucking around. You know what I mean? It's just we know what we're going to do, and you want it to sound great. So this album was pretty easy to record, to be honest with you. I did I did my guitar. What the fuck? I did my guitars in I don't know, half a day, and then I did a day for all the lead vocals, and then I did another maybe a day and a few hours on all the background vocals.
Damn. That's something, man. But like you said, you know what you're doing now, right? You've been through everything. You've got it like a well-oiled machine. You know what you're going to lay down, how to use it.
Yeah. It's just easier, and it saves cash and time, which is pretty fucking huge.
That's huge, man.
Yeah.
No.
So it should fire, when you're doing it, right? You want to go to A to B, not A to fucking Q, then back to B.
Right.
Because, you can tell when something is disjointed, so.
True.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's really, it's doing your work before, right? Just like, when you're going to play, right? You got to practice. If you're a fucking pitcher, you want to work on your fastball, curveball, shit like that. It's the same thing where you're a musician, right? You want to make sure when you get there, you have the goods to be able to unfold them. So,
well, let me tell you, my friend, you've got the goods. Everybody go out there, go support this album, digital, buy the physical copy like we did back in the day. Go get the physical copy.
Yeah. put it on your wall. Fucking wear it as like a really nice hat. You know what I mean? But
Where's
yeah,
a hat? Get crazy,
vinyl's
rip it
good.
in half, and buy another one. Support this
Yeah,
band. I gotta tell you,
exactly.
Mark, you
Damn it. Yeah.
you're bringing the heat, brother. You're bringing it.
Thank you,
Go
brother.
follow you guys. Is it going to be on all digital platforms?
Oh yeah, every goddamn platform out there. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And then we got the physical release coming out. I know you're on Instagram.
Yep. Yeah. So the album drops on May 15th, and we're already doing pre-orders for for the physical, for the vinyl. So yeah, if you're into that, just go to our Bandcamp. Yeah. And
Awesome.
yeah, I mean, it sounds better on vinyl, I think. You know what I mean? Put a candle
everything
on.
does.
Enjoy yourself, and yeah, get it.
Yeah, put the candle on. Sit in the dark like you're supposed to. Mark, it's been a pleasure. You're a real dude, man, and I love when I talk to somebody that's real. I love to someone that loves just all forms of music. I wish nothing but the best for you and
Thanks,
this
man.
release. Yeah, and I gotta come out and see you live. I'll be the loudest guy there. Just so you know, I'm very loud at concerts. Don't throw me out.
We won't. Loud is good. Loud is good.
Loud is good, man. Anything else you want to plug?
No, just please, if we're in your area, please come out and see. We would love, the more the merrier. And if you like music that you shake your ass to, definitely buy our stuff. You'll enjoy it.
Go buy that stuff. Enjoy that fuzz in the dark in the room with the candle on. Support Gozu. Get out there and support this band. This is the real deal, Mark. It's been a pleasure, man.
Thank you, brother. Yeah, thank you, man.